What's up, players? It's time for another card of the week. This time we're sticking on our hand trap shit, you know. We're back on our old shit. We're talking about cards that are actually played. We're talking about Mr. Fantastical Dragon Phantazmay, who I'm looking on my screen right now is sitting at a nice clean 105 bucks. I'm gonna discuss whether or not I think it's worth that much at the moment. Anyways, we'll get right on into it. Fantastical Dragon Phantazmay is a level, 7? A level 7 Dark Dragon effect monster with 2400, 1800. And its effect is if your opponent special summons a link monsters except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, draw cards equal to the number of link monsters your opponent controls +1, then shuffle cards from your hand into the deck equal to the number of link monsters they control. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a monster you control, quick effect, you can discard one card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. You can only use each effect of Fantastical Dragon Phantazmay once per turn. So, yes, as much as I hate to admit it, Phantazmay is a good card. In every facet of the word, Phantazmay is a good card. But is it $105 good? Probably not. When you look at something like, I don't know how I want to go with this. The best thing I can think to compare this with is Impermanence, which also, I don't think Impermanence broke 100. It might have. I remember Impermanence always at the high 80s, low 90s range, maybe hitting 95s. I never remember seeing it above 100. It very well could have hit above it. But that's the best thing I could think to, you know, compare it to. Both Phantazmay and Impermanence have much cheaper counterparts to do the same exact things. Well, to do mostly the same exact things. You're gonna get away with shit like, you know, if you really wanted to, when you could play Soravis, if you're really scared about that targeting protection that Phantazmay offers. And alternatively, there are cards like YuGiOh, who's just a regular link monster who allows you to dig further in your deck. There's, what's it called? It's a quick play spell. I'll put it on screen right now once I figure it out, but it's YuGiOh, but a spell card. You have that as well, because that's the main gimmick. No one cares about it, the first part, except the fact that it draws you cards. But that spell is pretty much the equivalent to YuGiOh. Both of those are gonna do similar things to the draw effect of Phantazmay and, you know, Soravis, who's in hand trap, discard, you know, be a boss monster type guy to prevent your opponent from targeting your shit. And then, you know, obviously Impermanence had, of course, Effect Veiler, ha ha ha. Look, the entirety of YuGiOh, at least right now, is still flex on your opponent. How much can you afford that your opponent cannot? And, you know, I hate that Phantazmay is $105. We need more intermittent sets that reprint shit. And unfortunately, because this card is such a big money maker, he ain't gonna get reprinted for a while. I believe Savage Strike is not in the tins. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be in the tins. So Phantazmay ain't gonna get reprinted like that for a while. The best chance we got is in a subset or some kind of weird promo. If they made this card a super rare and a special edition, I would cry. But they did that shit to Effect Veiler way back in the day. When Effect Veiler had, I think, 2 printings as a rare and then, you know, Ultra Ulti. They did that to Effect Veiler. It's not out of the question for them to do something like that to Phantazmay. It's very unlikely, but it is not out of the question. You know, Impermanence got its reprint just after a year? Yeah, like right around a year. Flames of Destruction to Dual Power was right around a year. So, Phantazmay just got, you know, released not too long ago. I believe in like January, February, whenever Savage Strike came out, one of those 2 months. You guys know more than I do. So, realistically, I would expect his reprint to come sometime around that same time when we get our next Legendary Collection type box. If they do a Dual Power too, you know. And then the chase card is Needle Fiber, because we're still never getting that card. Unless he is the WCS, you know, prize card going forward, in which, you know, high Needle Fiber, $5,000 Needle Fibers. And then we gotta wait another 2.5 years for that card to be reprinted. Utopia Kaiser later this year, by the way, guys, in case you forgot, he's finally getting released, you know, widespread, which is a really cool deal. But we're getting a little off topic here. Phantazmay. Like I said, everything that he does can be done in multiple other cards. Granted, it does take more cards to do the same amount of things, but alternatively, you know, there's other things that you could put in place of this. There's so many other cards that will give you more protections against things than just, you know, the targeting protection. And really, the main gimmick of people playing it is to draw into your deck to get those hand traps. So mitigating, you know, that drawing, if you don't really want to pay the $105 a piece for Phantazmays, just pay the 10, 20s for, you know, other fucking hand traps and just max out more on those, so you're more likely to get those and not have to draw into them so often. People also forget that, you know, Allure of Darkness exists. I know it's technically like a break even or an egg one or something like that, but still, that's a card that gets you deeper in your deck. Pot of Desires exists. Extravagance exists. If you're a fucking psychopath, Into the Void exists. all these other cards that get you further and further and further in your deck. Upstart Goblin exists. So the necessity of, you know, Big Papa, I paid $300 for this set. Hi, John. This card sucks, head ass. There's always a way around it. But the main appeal of Phantazmay is the convenience of having these two kinds of effects in one. So you don't have to use more deck space to do the same thing. And that's the same thing for Impermanence, I feel like. Except, you know, when Impermanence came out, Call by the Grave also came out. So Impermanence just became the more sought after option. So your Effect Veiler, you know, can get Called by the Grave, your Impermanence can get red rebooted, but that's about it. And you know, maybe Siegfried, I don't know. Yo, DDD players out there Siegfrieding fucking Impermanences, I see you, dog, I see you. Impermanence also is not once per turn, I believe, which is wild, by the way. But anyways, the future of Phantazmay. He's gonna stay where he is until, this is my bold prediction of the video. I predict, maybe not next ban list, but the ban list after, Max C is coming back to 1. Sometime this year, I think Max C has to come back to 1. At least 1. They gave us 2 fucking Super Poly. 2! And they're probably gonna put that to 3. And they won't give us 1 Max C? 1. You have to fucking draw it or search it. Which is, you know, Tour Guide Sengen. I'm here. I'm here with those BA plays. If you need me to search Max C. I got you guys. That's my bold prediction. And if Max C comes back, I see the price of Phantazmay doing one of these. Not necessarily a this, you know, straight down. I see it doing a gradual decline. Because Max C is just an all-around better card. Max C is an amazing card. And I miss him every single day of my life. Spiral format was one of the best formats I ever played in, and all thanks to Max C. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Check us out on TCGPlayer, Sora Online. Shops open Thursdays and Fridays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, Slifer does forever. We will be seeing you. Peace.